Here is my audience. I have my two parents, both of who are middle-aged and have obtained a college degree, and my young adult sister who is pursuing a college degree. Hello everybody. Today I will be talking on the topic of zookeeping. My general purpose is to inform, and my specific purpose is to inform my audience about the zookeeping field, the training and credentials required, the nature of the work, the impact this field has on the world, and to show you how this field can be used to honor God by promoting the care of animal life, something which God values according to Scripture. Genesis 1:28 says, God blessed them and said to them, "Be fruitful and increase in number, fill the earth and subdue it, rule over the fish in the sea and the birds in the sky, and over every living creature that moves on the ground." Zookeeper. The first thing that may come to mind when you hear the word is a profession where people get to cuddle with fluffy and well-behaved animals every single day. And to an extent, cuddling with animals is part of what zookeepers do in their job, but only a small part. See, we zookeepers truly do wish that we could cuddle with fluffy alpacas all day, but the reality of the situation is that as soon as you make a wrong move, that alpaca's ears are going flat against his head and a lovely glob of spit is landing smack in the middle of your face. And suddenly you wish you didn't attempt to cuddle that fluffy alpaca. This scenario is a little bit more realistic as to what a zookeeper job entails. Nevertheless, it is a very rewarding job, and it is very rewarding for people who want to make an impact on the world and also who want to help care for the animals that God has created and placed in the world. I have gained experience about the zookeeping field through my own zookeeping job, working as a seasonal keeper at a petting zoo for a year now, and also through my pursuit of a zoo and wildlife biology degree. If you have a love for wildlife, don't mind getting your hands dirty, are willing to put in the time and gain the experience required for a specific job, and if you love educating the public and want to honor God in your career field, zookeeping may be the perfect choice for you. In the minutes that follow, I will discuss this job field in more detail. Examining first the specific training and credentials that this job requires, second, the nature of this job and how it is very unique and rewarding, and third, the impact that this job has on the world in guest education and interaction and animal care, which are things that God values. Zookeeping is a very competitive field that requires specific training and credentials. According to the American Association of Zookeepers, most zookeeping jobs require individuals to be able to lift 50 pounds, have obtained a college degree in animal science, and to have volunteer or internship experience working with animals. This field is very competitive, so meeting these requirements puts you ahead of the game when applying for a zookeeping job. According to Open Colleges, from November 2015 to November 2019, overall job openings for zookeeping fields are expected to be below average. This is between 5,000 and 10,000 jobs. Something that can get you ahead of the game is obtaining a degree, and this has to be in an animal science, so it could be biology or maybe even zoology. According to the Jacksonville Zoo and Gardens, quote, "Although the only specific education requirement at the Jacksonville Zoo and Gardens is a high school education, it is often the college degree that gets you that closer look," end quote. Another thing that gets you that closer look is animal experience, and this could be either through working with a job that has you interacting with animals, volunteering at a shelter, or even doing an internship with a local zoo. We will now examine my second point. The nature of this job field is very unique and very rewarding. This job explores physical work, enrichment, and guest interaction. A lot of the physical work that you do is a little bit messy at times. I have here to show you my work boots. As you can see, they're a little bit dirty. They've got some mud on them, and you can't smell it, but they don't smell very good. But you'll use those a lot because you have to do a lot of exhibit maintenance, which is going in, cleaning up the messes that the animals make. And some other things that you might do, I mentioned earlier that one of the requirements for zookeepers is you have to be able to lift 50 pounds. This could be used in lifting heavy bags, heavy hay bales, handling heavy enrichment, and also handling animals. The animal handling can get very physical at times. In my own personal experience as a zookeeper, I have had to hold down a struggling alpaca awaiting a medical shot. I've had to pull a very stubborn 1,600-pound camel with a lead rope, and I've had to catch and detain a few escapee goats. The enrichment side of this job is a way that keepers give animals a chance to express their natural behaviors. According to the Smithsonian Natural Zoo, they define enrichment as, quote, Enrichment allows animals to demonstrate their species' typical behavior. It gives them opportunities to exercise control or choice over their environment and enhances their well-being, end quote. According to the Nashville Zoo, most enrichment and trading falls under 5 categories. That is habitat, cognitive, sensory, social, and food. The last part of this unique nature of this work is guest interaction. As a zookeeper, you will constantly interact with guests, and you will also put on animal encounters where you talk about an animal and answer questions that guests may have about the animals. So to have strong communication skills and also to have a friendly demeanor is very important. We will now move on to my last point. The zookeeping field offers great opportunities to care for animals, and it also offers opportunities for you to exercise these values that God cares for. According to the scriptures, God values the lives of animals. This is seen in Job 12:10, which states, "In his hand is the life of every creature and the breath of all mankind." We also see that God values education. 2 Timothy 2:15 says, "Do your best to present yourselves to God as one approved, a worker who does not need to be ashamed and who correctly handles the word of truth." God also values diligence, compassion, and patience. We see it in Colossians 3:23 through 24. "Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord and not for human masters, since you know that you will receive an inheritance from the Lord as a reward. It is the Lord Christ you are serving." As we have just seen and discussed, zookeeping is a very unique and rewarding field. God has placed billions of animals in the world, and he's also giving humans dominion over them. And a lot of these animals need loving care, and so being able to work in a job field where you can interact with guests, share education, teach them about the amazing creator who has designed them is a very unique and rewarding field. And if you have a love for wildlife, don't mind getting your hands dirty. And if you want to honor God in your career field, zookeeping may be the perfect choice for you. Thank you.